Ram has watched Toyota sell over 200,000 Tacomas a year, watched Ford do similar numbers between the Ranger and Maverick combined, and watched Chevrolet and GMC split roughly another 140,000 sales between the Colorado and Canyon, all without having a single truck in that entire segment to compete with. That gap is finally closing, and the person closing it said the fix out loud, on the record, in plain language. Let's start with exactly what's confirmed, because this one came directly from leadership rather than leaking sideways, and it actually happened in two distinct steps. The first step came from higher up the chain. Back in September, Stellantis' newly installed CEO, Antonio Filosa, confirmed publicly that Ram would be re-entering the midsize truck segment at all, before anyone had said a word about what the truck would actually be called. A month after that, Stellantis executives confirmed manufacturing plans tied to a $13 billion American investment. Then, in December, Kuniskis supplied the second step and the detail everyone actually wanted: the name. At that Detroit media event, he laid out the business case himself. Ram lost its cheapest truck, the Ram 1500 Classic, when that model finally ended production in October of last year. And losing it left a real hole around the $40,000 price point that the current 1500 lineup simply can't fill on its own. Kuniskis put it plainly: the only way back to that price point is bringing back a midsize truck. And when reporters pushed him on what it would actually be called, his answer left zero room for speculation. It's called Dakota. His exact words were that it's a no-brainer, asking why anyone would call it anything else. That name carries real history. The original Dodge Dakota ran from 1987 all the way to 2011, and this marks the first time in close to 15 years that a truck wearing that name will be available again. One mix-up worth clearing up immediately. Ram already sells a truck called Dakota in South America right now, built in Argentina on a completely different platform shared with Fiat, powered by a diesel engine. That's not this truck. The Dakota coming to North America is being engineered specifically for this market, from the ground up, sharing nothing but a name with its South American cousin. The original Dakota earned a specific reputation worth remembering here. When it launched, it filled a gap nobody else had really addressed, sized meaningfully larger than the compact trucks of the era, but still smaller than a full-size pickup. And it stayed there through several generations, eventually even offering a V8 option that made it genuinely quick for a truck of its size. It disappeared in 2011 as Chrysler's ownership at the time shifted focus and resources toward the full-size 1500 and the growing Jeep lineup, instead of investing in a proper next-generation midsize truck. That bet didn't age well. Rivals kept their midsize trucks in the lineup, kept refining them, and ended up owning an entire category Ram walked away from for over a decade. The manufacturing story has genuinely shifted over time, which is worth walking through honestly. The original commitment to build a new midsize truck actually came out of the 2023 UAW contract that ended a major strike, with Stellantis specifically promising to reopen the idle Belvidere assembly plant in Illinois for it. More recent reporting since then points to those plans having moved. Stellantis executives have since confirmed the truck is now expected to be built at the Toledo assembly complex in Ohio, alongside the Jeep Gladiator, as part of a $13 billion investment in American manufacturing. Whichever plant it ultimately lands at, Stellantis leadership has confirmed something more concrete than the manufacturing debate. Physical clay models of the truck already exist. This isn't sketches on a whiteboard. It's a real design being sculpted in 3 dimensions right now.
So that's everything actually locked down, and it's more than most trucks this early usually get. Now here's what's still genuinely open, starting with the truck's construction itself, which is confirmed in principle but not in detail. Kuniskis has been explicit that this needs to be a real truck, not what he's called a car with a bed bolted onto it, meaning proper body-on-frame construction rather than a car-based unibody platform. That part is locked in. What's not locked in is almost everything happening under that frame. Multiple reports describe an expected lineup of traditional gas engines alongside a plug-in hybrid option, likely spanning 4- and 6-cylinder configurations. But Ram itself hasn't confirmed specific engines, horsepower figures, or torque numbers for any version. A fully electric variant looks unlikely at this point, given Stellantis has already walked back other electric truck projects recently, including a planned electric Ram 1500 and a plug-in hybrid Jeep Gladiator that both got scrapped. Treat the gas and hybrid direction as the safe bet, and a pure EV version as essentially off the table for now, though nothing here is written in stone from Ram directly. Design is a complete blank canvas beyond those clay models nobody outside the company has actually seen. Some coverage has speculated the US Dakota might borrow visual cues from either the existing South American Dakota or the Ram Rampage, a smaller pickup Ram sells overseas, simply because those are the closest existing Ram products in this size class. That's an educated guess based on proximity, not a leak or a confirmed direction. And Kuniskis' own insistence on this being engineered specifically for American buyers suggests Ram may end up drawing less from those overseas trucks than people assume. Whatever it ends up looking like, expect it to visually tie back to the current Ram 1500's face, rather than striking out on some completely unrelated design language, since that's how Ram has historically handled family resemblance across its lineup. Pricing deserves one careful distinction. The $40,000 figure everyone's repeating, including in this script, is Kuniskis' own stated target, the price point he's explicitly trying to hit. Again, a stated goal from a CEO explaining his reasoning is meaningfully different from a locked MSRP on a window sticker, and plenty of vehicles miss their originally stated price targets by the time they actually reach production. Treat $40,000 as the number Ram is aiming for, not the number that's guaranteed to show up when this truck finally goes on sale. Here's the honest shape of this one. Ram's CEO has confirmed the name, the segment, the basic construction, and the business reasoning behind all of it, in his own words, on the record, backed up by his own boss confirming the broader segment re-entry months earlier. The manufacturing plant has evolved from the original union commitment into a newer plan centered on Toledo. Everything about how this truck will actually look, exactly what powers it, and what it will really cost remains unconfirmed. This is a truck that exists right now as a business decision, a stated price target, and a handful of clay models. Nothing more, nothing less. That's genuinely more than most trucks have locked down this early, but it's still a very long way from anything you could point a camera at. Subscribe if you want to see this one all the way, from a name Kuniskis was proud enough to call a no-brainer to an actual truck sitting on a dealer lot. Because with 2 full years between now and production, there's a lot of runway left for this story to develop.